Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, back for another Monday morning version of Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc. Thanks for so much for logging in. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm excited. Going to be talking about the force that is really with you. But before we get into this week's spiritual message, this week's spiritual journey, I want you just to grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. Let's have a spiritual conversation for the next half hour. A lot of spiritual fun, a lot of spiritual awesomeness, or what I like to say, spiritual prospecting for your own spiritual goal. If you're just joining me, this is your first time joining the Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. Thank you so much for being here, being part of this spiritual community, or what I like to say, Soul Tribe. I'm here every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. Most Mondays. I know that Christmas is just right around the corner, so I won't be broadcasting on Christmas, of course. But a few more weeks till we get to Christmas, and we have a good time here on the Om Times Institute. So check out my show, check out the other shows that are streaming here on the Om Times Institute page or the Om Times Magazine page, or you can find me also over on Inspired Living Radio, which is our internet-based radio show that we've been doing for 2 years. I'm excited that we're getting ready for our new lineup in 2018. And we're running all of our encore shows for the month of December. So if you want to catch our favorite Inspired Living Radio shows, you can get that through the internet, off any device, no password needed, no username. Just look up Inspired Living Radio, or go to the Om Times Magazine or Om Times Radio Facebook page, or just search it on your internet and we'll come up. Or you can find me, Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, the SeattleSee-er here in Seattle, Washington. Just visit marclanehart.com. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Give me kind of just some emotions, hearts, angry faces, thumbs up, how you're feeling, how the weekend was for you. Today I'm going to be talking about the force really is with you. And the reason that I'm talking about the force that is really with you, for those of you that follow my work and in my journey, I'm a big fan of Star Wars, obviously, and I've even got my Stormtrooper shirt on, as you can see. But I wanted to talk about the force, the energy, the human energy field, vibrations, frequency. The force really is with you, and it's not just a movie. I know that George Lucas, put it into movies and has made billions and billions of dollars. But I wanted to talk about it this week because in a few days, the next Star Wars opens up on Thursday. I'm actually going to the world premiere here in Seattle. With the IMAX experience in 3D, and looking forward to that. But it's just funny because it resonates with so many people around the world. I've had so many connections just talking about the concept of Star Wars, and not just the movies, but the actual energy and how the energy flows all around us. Just like the Mother Earth has the borealis lights that we see everything in energy. And so this morning I thought it'd be fun just to talk about, kind of coordinate it with the new Star Wars, The Last Jedi, coming out, and also just talk about that the Force really is with you. So I'm going to give you the question of the week for you to ask and to percolate on and marinate on, as I like to say. And if you want to join me after this show, I have my live Q&A after show over on the Intuitive Prospector page, and I'm going to paste a link here, if I can get that link here. Give me a second. Oh, maybe not. It's my Intuitive Prospector page over on Facebook. So here we go. I got the. I'm going to paste the link in right now. It's the Q&A after show, and what that is a way to have a conversation directly with me. Now I know there's a lot of people logged in right now watching this, but I want to get to the topics for the next 25 minutes or so. Because that's what this show is about. It's about inspiration, it's about guidance, it's about healing, it's about moving forward in life, especially when life throws a lot of stuff at us. And it's your spiritual Monday, I guess, because Monday, seems to be such a tough day for everybody, either getting back into the work week or coming off the long weekend and we don't want to go back to work. But I get into the topic, so I'll give you your question of the week. I'll give you your spiritual stone of the week. It's a cool stone, the prospecting stone of the week, the totem animal spirit, and of course a number for numerology, because I follow all three. I follow nature, I follow numbers, I work with different crystals as the Intuitive Prospector, I work with different stones, and then I'll switch over to the Intuitive Prospector page, which is growing. We're getting more and more people to head on over at 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 a.m. Eastern on the Intuitive Prospector page, and I will answer questions. We can have a nice spiritual conversation, spiritual chat, and sometimes I do readings for people. I'll pick a card for you, give you some inspiration, some guidance, just kind of what I'm picking up. So this morning, let's just take a quick deep breath. Let's get into the magic of the moment. Let's develop that attitude for gratitude and what we can be thankful for. Last week's message, I talked about how other people are praying for things that we take for granted, and I really, truly believe that. So take a nice, deep, cleansing, healing breath with me. See where your mind's at. See where your body's at. See where your force is. See where your energy is. It's always important to check where your energy levels are. Are they low? Are they high? How are you feeling about a certain situation? How do you feel around a certain area? How do you feel around a certain person? That's all energy. And, one of my favorite quotes comes from Nikola Tesla, where he talks about, if you want to start unlocking the secrets of the universe and the unseen world, the unknown world, the spiritual world, whatever your belief system is, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And when you start to think in terms of energy and you start to see things in energy, you start to invite your intuition in, your awareness in, and there's different things that you can do to measure your energy, your own energy field. So one of the things that I like to do is check my energy field by doing Qigong. So how I check my energy every morning is, if you guys remember the movie from Karate Kid, when he does the healing and he brings his hands together and he rubs them together, and he creates friction, he creates energy. And then he puts his hands on Ralph Macchio to heal his leg. If you guys remember, I might be dating myself for some of you that are watching, but the Karate Kid. But what I do, it's a good way to check your own energy. And it's a Qigong philosophy. Qi is your energy, your Qi, your life force. And Gong is the study of or the practice of. So Qigong, energy, study of, practice of. And so what I do when I wake up is I just try to get a baseline of where my energy is. So I bring my hands together, I activate my Qi, kind of open up, bring my hands back together, and just see if I feel anything. Now, for some of you that have done this, you know what I'm talking about. For others that are just joining and never done this, this is new to you. It might feel like two magnets repelling. You may feel like little pins and needles because you've created friction within your energy field. And you might feel warmth or heat. But just measure and just see where your energy is, your force, your prana, your life force, if you will. And so we like to say we activate our Qi, we feel our Qi, and then we open up and we live our Qi. And that's just one of many different ways of checking your energy field, your human energy field, the HEF. There's been several studies on the human energy field, including the heart that radiates the electromagnetic field, the God spark of your heart, if you will. And so this morning we're talking about that the force really is with you if you decide you want to be aware of your own energy force and how that energy force vibrates out into the world. Some of the studies that I've looked at, I have a background in emergency medicine, sports medicine, retired first responder in the Coast Guard and the Fire Service. So I have a very analytical mind and I have a very scientific mind. And when I got into spiritualism, it was really about spirituality and science shaking hands, if you will. So I always look at a lot of science as well in the work that I do. And one of the things that I've studied and learned about is the human energy field and the radius of the human energy field. So your heart is an emanating electromagnetic energy in pulses, and they've shown that those pulses can be measured up to 15 feet in radius. So if you're in a space with a lot of people, like at a party, because there's going to be holiday parties coming up, examine how you feel around certain people, because without knowing, unconsciously, you're blending your human energy field if you're in a space with a whole bunch of people, and you're your human energy field goes up to 15 feet in radius, you're automatically blending your energy with somebody else unconsciously. So it's important to protect your energy, protect your peace, not from anything bad. You just don't want to take on, you don't want to take on somebody else's stuff. Is what I'm saying. You want to take on their energy. You want to protect your own energy. So, and you can do that by, one, activating it, two, becoming aware of your human energy field, and three, how is your energy field vibrating into the world? Is it a lower vibration? Is it a higher vibration? One of the things that I do when my energy's feeling down, or my energy's feeling low, especially if I'm doing a lot of readings and work during the day, is music is huge for helping you raise your vibration. Meditation is very beneficial. Just by doing nothing and taking nice deep breaths and working on your breath work and activating your chi can really bring up your energy. Of course, diet, hydration, good rest, all important for keeping your energy up, right? And even the foods that you eat are important in keeping your energy up. So this morning we're talking about the force really is with you. You can raise your vibration through music, through movies, through rest and sleep, through exercise. You can actually boost your energy by getting out and getting in some fresh air. One of the things that I like to do, I know it's a little, and I'll admit it, I'm a Star Wars nerd, and this morning I'm talking about The Force Awakens, is when my energy's feeling low, and I've done this in some of my workshops, when people are fearful of talking, or you can tell that they're not really engaged, I give them a lightsaber. So when I hold this lightsaber, it automatically puts a smile on my face. Who would have thought a lightsaber? And when I give this to people to talk as a talking stick, the people that didn't want to talk, I can't get them, once I put this lightsaber in the hand, I can't get them to shut up. I can't get them to sit down. I have to literally take the lightsaber away. So, and again, that's just based on energy. That's about raising your energy, becoming aware of your energy. And so I have this in my studio, and sometimes I use it. As a, going back to your childhood, going back to childlike behavior can also raise your energy. But there's a lot of different things you can do to raise up your energy. Those are just some examples. Feel free to put a comment in what you do, because this is a spiritual community as well, and what you do to raise your energy. Maybe there's some other things. Another example is good hydration and crystals. So I've got a water bottle that has crystals in it, and I'll actually consume this water, the energy of the crystals, and hopefully you guys can see the crystals. This is an earth pod, so this has a bunch of different stones, grounding stones, and crystals that I will use throughout the day to keep my energy up, especially if I'm working in the healing modality, doing spiritual healing, or if I'm doing a psychic reading or a mediumship reading, because it is all about energy and raising your energy up and blending with the spirit world. So let me know where you're from. Let me know if you're first time prospector here on Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. We have a lot of returning people, so thank you so much for being here. Help us grow this community. It's grassroots. I've been growing this for about a year now. I've been doing the shows for about a year. And then on Wednesdays is the live radio show, which will start up back in January at 1 p.m. 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's Inspired Living Radio that'll start back up in January of 2018. We're running all of our favorite shows for this month, all of our encore shows of all the shows that we did the year before. So, and again, if you want to work with me directly, visit marclanehart.com. You can find me here on the Om Times Institute. I have classes in my spiritual development group over on the Learn It Live platform. You're more than welcome to visit that link through marclanehart.com. You can also follow me on YouTube. I've put the link in YouTube if you want to get all of my videos from the last year, all my Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, all of the 2 years of Inspired Living Radio with amazing guests, well-known people, up-and-coming people, maybe people you've never heard of. So some really good topics to listen to during the lunch hour, during the day, on the drive, in your commute. So we've been working hard for the last 2.5 years to really build my YouTube library up and really put it out to the world so you can do your own spiritual prospecting for your own spiritual goal. So right after this, I will drop off here on Home Times Institute and head over to the Intuitive Prospector page. The link is down below, and you can join me for a direct conversation where I will interact with all of you, I promise, and maybe even pull a card for you or give you some guidance on what I'm picking up. But today's question, I usually do like a positive affirmation, or I will do a question. It just kind of depends on what I feel for the meditation. And this morning, something kind of popped into my meditation when I was meditating this morning. And it was kind of funny because I'm talking about today, letting you know that the force, the energy, the spirit world is really all around you. And I know that I'm using the Star Wars reference because it opens up on Thursday. It just opened up. It's going to open up internationally in England. So anybody that's over in England watching this, let me know if you go see it and what you thought of it. But I wanted to talk about your energy and how your energy can really impact your daily life. So if you have low energy and if you have high energy, those really can make a difference on your mindset. So during meditation, the question that I came up with based on energy, and there's two type of people in the world, and it's, are you a sunflower or are you a potato? And I don't know where that came from. I don't know. Maybe I saw it on somewhere. Maybe I read it over the weekend. I don't know. It was just it just kind of resonated with me. Where there really is two types of people. I was thinking about my garden, and we've got you can plant sunflowers, and those are the sunflowers that open up and surrender to the sun, the moon, the earth, the energy. But then you also have a plant that grows underneath in the dark, and the potato. Both are fine, both are a choice. But your question of the week is: are you a sunflower or are you a potato? The choice is always yours. I know that I choose to go into the sun, go into the light, to have that energy. And again, you know some of the people I'm talking about. They just, they desire to be alone, to be separated, to be isolated, to be in the dark. It's kind of like the world of nature. You see animals that love to bask in the sun. My cat, for example, who was laying in the sun all weekend. But then you have like certain types of species, like a toad, that actually you can take it out of its elements of dark dreariness and stinky mud, and take it out and put it in the sun, and it hops back into its environment that it's comfortable with. So I guess a part of it is, what environment are you comfortable with? So that is your question of the week. Are you a sunflower or are you a potato? So I'm going to give you also the totem animal spirit of the week. I'm going to give you your spiritual prospecting stone here. Just had somebody ask a question here. But if you guys want to subscribe, please subscribe. Love to have you on board every Monday. We have a lot of fun Monday mornings, just spiritual inspiration, spiritual guidance, of course, coffee and tea. For all my friends that are watching in England, I'm having a Harrods winter tea with a little bit of honey this morning. So cheers. So again, are you a sunflower or are you a potato? The choice is always yours. So let me get into the crystal of the week. I like to share different spiritual tools for your own spiritual toolbox, if you will, to help guide you on the week ahead. And that's why I do this. It's to be in service and it's to help others. And just build this spiritual community. So please subscribe, please share out, please invite your friends if you feel like you got something out of this, or you can get something out of this, or you want to engage on the after show. Please join me on the Intuitive Prospector page. So this week's spiritual prospecting stone is going to go right in line with the force that is really with you, the human energy field, your prana, your own energy that you're giving off right now. What kind of energy are you getting off? What kind of, is it low? Is it high? So the prospecting stone is called fuchsite, and I'll spell that for you. Fuchsite. It's also known as green muscovite. So I'm probably killing the name. So I like to learn along with you guys. I'm not an expert in crystals, and there's so many stones and crystals that come from Mother Earth. But what it has the color, it's kind of a greenish kind of a lime mossy color with a little bit of gold specks in it. I'll try to paste a picture if I can. I do that after, when I get off the after show, I come back and so if you have a question, post your question, let me know where you're from if you don't join us on the after show, and then I also will put the pictures of what I'm talking about in this week's message. But it's kind of got it's like a plate, kind of like a flat rock, if you will. It's green, it's got a little bit of gold in it, comes in all different sizes of mica. You can get it from any kind of specialty store, but it's called fuchsite. It's usually mined in Brazil, but what I thought this stone was cool for this morning's message about the force really is with you is it acknowledges great practical value, and it's channeling information regarding any kind of herbal treatment or holistic remedies. You can actually use them with your herbal treatments or remedies while you're working as a healer. This is a great stone to use, but it's usually used for guidance in health matters. So if any of you are having any health matters, then fuchsite would be good to put on your heart, your electromagnetic field of your heart. It also helps you understand your interaction with people. Again, the force. How are you interacting? How is your vibration going out into the world, and what are you receiving back? And are you protecting your energy? Are you protecting your peace? Are you allowing other people's energy or unwanted thoughts, desires, drama, worry into your own life? So it's important to be mindful to that and protect that. I always say protect your peace. And it's also it's a great stone because it also relates to just the basic concerns of life. So it usually the stone, from my experience of fuchsite, and I've used it just a few times, but it works with it really kind of deals with the issues of servitude from the past or present lives. And it is kind of just that practical value energy of kind of baseline, kind of grounding you out. So again, how you interact with people, how it relates to just the concerns of life, and it's called fuchsite. And again, if anybody knows the stone or anybody's an expert with the stone, or if you want to take a picture and put the picture up on the community post, please do so. This is an interactive community. It's not just me talking to you. It's about you guys interacting with all the people around the world. We've got people all around the world right now, about 80 people that are participating. So thank you so much for being here this morning. Hope you're having a good Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope that you're ready for the Christmas holidays. So fuchsite can be a really good stone for healing, and that reminds me, thinking of healing, I just want to give a healing shout out to all the people down in California, in the LA area, Ventura, with just those fires that are just raging through. And I don't know if anybody's on here. If you want to get a prayer chain going, if you want to get a prayer request, please let us know if you're from California. But we're just thinking of our neighbors down in California that are impacted by these horrible fires that are just devastating. I've seen pictures, and it's something like out of a movie that I've seen. It's like an apocalyptic view of the whole mountainside on fire. And so I just want to send healing and love and light to all of those my friends and neighbors and colleagues and folks down in California. And if you guys could send them some prayers, put them on the prayer list that's streaming. I don't see it right now. I apologize, guys. I have it turned off. I'll come back and check it. But if you guys would be so kind to do that. And I guess I just heard that there was a bombing in New York City. So it's just there's a lot going on in the world. So it's really important to step into the light, to be the positive change in the world. I do firmly believe that there is more good than there is bad out there, and we can all make a difference. And that's why we're here. That's why I do this show on Monday mornings. That's why I teach my classes. That's why I do the after show, is because it's building, it's helping, it's rooting on other people, right? And I don't mean like cheering on. I mean like rooting, so we can all grow together. Maybe that's something that I'll talk about next week on next week's show. But again, are you the sunflower? Are you the potato? Fuchsite is your prospecting stone of the week. Please send prayers and healing to the folks in California who are being ravaged by the fires. And I just know that's one place in the world that has chaos going on, but it's all around the world. So have an attitude for gratitude. Find the magic in the moment, because that's the most important thing that I can share with you guys. With my own experiences, my own tragedies, watching a lot of people move into the spirit world. There is no guarantees for tomorrow. You can't do anything about the past, so appreciate what you have, or what I like to say, the magic in the moment. There's the chime. All right. So the numerology number of the week, I work a lot with numbers. I think numbers are also important, is the love partnership energy. So I pulled the card 26, which is also the 8 number. 2 plus 6 equals 8, which is an infinity number, and it's also about love partnerships. So this card for you this week is pay attention to your love relationships, your partnerships. For those of you that don't have a partner, be open to having a partner come into your life, or somebody new, especially during the holidays. And for anybody that's hopefully not going to be alone during the holidays, that you can be surrounded by family or friends, or animals or loved ones. So the 26, pay attention to the 26, also the number 8, which is the infinity number, and talking about love partnerships this week. So that's your numerology number of the week. And the spirit totem animal of the week for you guys. When I was in meditation, I was trying to figure out what would be a good totem animal spirit for you. And actually it was my sign, the bull, the Taurus. So I'm a Taurus. I was born in April. Kept coming up. So I was like, well, I got to look up the bull, because I'm not even familiar with what the totem... The bull is not my totem animal spirit. It's just my astrology sign, the bull. But my totem animal spirit's actually the cougar, or the mountain lion. So when the bull shows up for you guys, this is a very fertile and dynamic time. So allow yourself to indulge in any creative projects that you've been considering. Your life is headed for an upturn cycle, so welcome it and enjoying it. This is a very prosperous time for you, and you'll soon receive an unexpected windfall. So that's a great spirit totem animal. So if you literally see the bull, you know, I always think, every time I think of bull, I always think of the movie Dances with Wolves, and one of the actors just passed in the spirit world yesterday from Dances with Wolves, but they would say Tatanka, which is buffalo, but, you know, bull, buffalo, but I always think of, you know, the bull with the horns. So if you're seeing the bull literally in the real world, or in a movie, or in a magazine, just know that it's a very fertile and dynamic time to really work on that creative project. And maybe it's coming up for me because I usually take the month of December off to have my own soul growth, to write, I've got my first meditation written, so it's all right here, called the Magic in the Moment meditation, that I'll be presenting very soon on an online classroom, and also be working on my first meditation CD. So maybe that's why the bull's coming up for me as well. But also, it's telling you that your life is going to be turning into an upturn cycle, and that you'll soon receive an unexpected windfall. So that's a good totem animal to have around you for the week. Some good stuff. Again, pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronistic events that do take place around us every day. From the unseen world, and the more aware and the more intuition you use, the more the unseen world becomes seen, and that's why I do a lot of the work that I do, because it became very real for me. It became very seen for me after, you know, my own tragedies and traumas kind of opened my eyes to that pathway. So I'll be back next Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to now head over to the Intuitive Prospector page here on Facebook for the continuation of the Facebook live show, which is the Q&A after show, where I'll be having a direct conversation with you. And then I actually have to get ready, because I'm doing an interview with a lovely lady in England for a live radio show in England, so I have to get ready for that. But I just want you guys to have a great week. Stay safe. Watch your mindset. Pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronistic events that are taking place every day. And ask yourself, are you the sunflower or are you the potato? The choice is always yours. So have a great week, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next Monday here for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc here on the Om Times Institute page. Until then, be kind, be caring, be compassionate. Namaste.